Hello Power Rangers fans, and welcome back to my Power Month series here on Toku Topics. Today is day 6, so I'm taking a look at Power Rangers in Space in a Prime box, or an Amazon box, but this is not from Amazon, this is from eBay. So this is a sequel video to a video that I released back in January, where I bought some retro in-space vehicles and figures to kind of go with my Lightning Collection figures, and this is no exception. So this is a really cool little haul that I found on eBay for about, it wasn't that much actually. I think it was like a little under 40 or something like that. And there's not just some in-space stuff, there's also some turbo stuff in here. And I'm not sure how plans are working out right now. If plans are working out, then this is only in space. If plans are not working out, then you saw some of this yesterday. It's weird. But anyway, today is focusing on in space, so I'm going to be opening this, or if you, like I said, plans changed, then I've already opened this and you saw it yesterday. It's weird. But let's go ahead and get into this box here and see the haul of in-space items that I got. Look at all the goodies. So a lot of the videos in this series are going to be just kind of taking a look at some retro figures and just kind of having some fun with them. Or just retro toys, because I've always wanted to kind of add some more fun retro stuff to my collection, and what's better to start with some old Bandai America stuff. So we have the In-Space Red Ranger, which is honestly in really good condition. Like, honestly, I'm pretty impressed. I don't think anything has any of their weapons, but that's perfectly fine with me. We do have nice chrome that it really hasn't chipped or anything like that. It's only a little yellowed. All things considered, though, that's not that bad. I like it a lot. So this is, of course, not the greatest In-Space Red figure by any means, but I do like it. You know, it just kind of has that sort of retro aesthetic to it that you don't see again, or you don't see anymore in Power Rangers toys, and I think it's just really fun. So here is In-Space Red. He was the first thing on top, but he goes very nicely with the first in-space vehicle, and that is the original Galaxy Glider, which, like, look at this thing. It's so cool. So it obviously doesn't turn into a bike, or it's not one of the ones that turn into a bike. Very squeaky, of course. You have this nice sort of holographic-ish sticker on the bottom of the Galaxy Glider, and some chrome that's in pretty good shape for being 25 years old this year, I believe. That's the In-Space's anniversary, I think. Just a little bit of some chipping on some areas, but really, not bad. I do like the translucent plastic there that you have on the headlights. Most Galaxy Glider versions have included that over the years, so that's really, really cool. And I do like that they have wheels on them, because these ones did not have like Tamashii display stands and stuff like that, peg holes like technically the Lightning Collection ones do. So I think these are the figures that are supposed to go with these, or at least they can work with them. So we're going to go ahead and peg Andros onto his Galaxy Glider, and we'll kind of have him facing, everything is so squeaky, but we'll have him facing kind of like that. And I guess he should probably be buckling his legs a little bit. And there we go. That is In-Space Red on an original Galaxy Glider, which I love that. Love it so, so much. It's fantastic. So I love to just have that on my shelf because I like retro stuff, even though it's not as good, of course. Now this guy, he's a little worse for wear. He's very shiny. Once again, very squeaky, but he's missing his entire, like, right arm. So, Zane really went through it, but he's still very chrome. And you can probably see me in there a little bit. I'm definitely there somewhere. But wow, this guy is shiny, and I like it a lot. I did a video a couple years ago at this point, taking a look at a electronic version of this figure, kind of. It was obviously a lot bigger, and it actually still worked. But, I mean, back then, when you had all this chrome, sometimes that's aged well, sometimes that has not aged well, just because of how chrome toys, you know, kind of exist. But in my last video, I took a look at Zane's original Silver Cycle. However, here I have Zane's Galaxy Glider, which I don't think was used all that often. His could just turn into a bike. But I don't honestly remember if he ever used a regular Galaxy Glider. But this was released, obviously, in America. It was also released, I think, in Japan. And I know the upcoming Shoto Super Set is including one for him. But I know his was more of, you know, one that could turn into a bike, hence like the Lightning Collection one and everything. But this is very much just the same thing as Andros's, but is very shiny. And of course, where pretty much everywhere it was chrome is all black, so it's kind of the inverse of a kind of regular Galaxy Glider. But I really like it. And once again, the chrome has held up pretty solidly, all things considered, which I'm very happy about. I just kind of wish that Zane wasn't missing an arm, of course, but nonetheless, we can still take him and put him on the Galaxy Glider. Every time I think... Now, we did see one, and I'm going to bring it up here in a second. Every time I see a silver Galaxy Glider, I think of Troy and Orion using the silver and red Galaxy Gliders when they are in the extended version of the Legendary Battle episode. So maybe I gotta track down a regular Zane or a different one to kind of get a replacement arm there, because that's not looking great. But the figure itself, for the most part, in the Galaxy Glider, I think does look great, and I'll have him kind of turned a little bit to the side, I guess. Oop, he's buckling. He doesn't want to go. I get it, buddy. You've seen a lot. So there he is back there. But we do have some other in-space things, or at least a in-space thing left in here. And I'm so excited for this. Oh, man. Okay, so this one is definitely a little bit more worse for wear. Oh, this is so cool, though. Oh, look at that. Okay, we got to get this box out of here. I think that is the last in-space related thing. It's Zane's Dune buggy. Oh, I love this. Wow, this is fun. So obviously this one is pretty beat up. We have some kind of, not rusting, I guess, but some scratches. The stickers are definitely not holding up. But then again, in the show, he didn't have giant stickers that said Power Rangers in space anyway. So I don't really mind that all that much. But, oh, I love it. This is so cool. So he can still wheel it around. Oh, it's very squeaky. Okay, we're not going to do that too much, but I love this thing. We saw it I wouldn't say briefly, but we saw it towards the end of In Space. It's definitely a weirder toy that they made, or a weirder thing for him to even have, but this is, I think, more in the legacy of Power Rangers, known as the Vipari, which was what it was repainted into for Vipra to have in Lightspeed Rescue, so kind of a fun thing. I believe that the same figure for the Galaxy Glider is pretty much what you're supposed to kind of use for this, which once again, I probably should get a better Zane. But we can go ahead and open up this little latch, possibly. And want to be careful with it not to break it. Alright, there we go. I just kind of had to fix the hinge up a little bit. There is a little steering wheel, which I think can move, which is a nice little touch. And we'll just take Zane. And he's not really going to grip it per se, but you can kind of have him hold on to it. And then we will strap him in. But those hinges just don't want to work very well. I would love a big Lightning Collection version of this thing. It would be very expensive, of course, but you could then reuse it for the Vipari. And I know everybody wants a Vipari, so that is so much fun. I think I'm going to try to, let me get my hand underneath there. That's going to be our thumbnail picture, probably. Kind of cropping that out there, but like, wow. I love this kind of thing. I love just getting retro Power Rangers vehicles, Power Rangers toys, especially for a pretty good deal and everything. Really fun haul here today. This is also not exactly what I had anticipated to do for this one. I had a different in-space video a while ago, and this was kind of my plan B. But I think this ended up working out pretty well, because I got a good deal. These are things that I never really knew that I wanted, and I'm happy that I have them. But that's going to do it for the in-space video. Of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LandonFakePR, and I will see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, MCPC Studios, Comics 1017, James Darty, Eric Berry, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, CPT Tesla, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Anthony Love, Daniel Pika, Hella Geo, Thrasher, Jesus Prime, Uni Warrior Thomas, and Lewis Carnes. You can support Toku Topics for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, linked in the description below.